Hey there! You've probably stumbled upon loads of online videos dishing out some mind-blowing facts about our bodies. But let's face it, not all of them are coming from reliable sources. So, I took it upon myself to dig up 40 super cool insights into our amazing bodies. Bet you didn't know that your fingernails grow at double the rate of your toenails, did ya? And here's a quirky little nugget: your pinky nail is the slowpoke in the nail growth race. Over a whole decade, your entire human body goes through a complete overhaul of its skeleton. Pretty wild, right? Now, let's chat about eyelashes. It takes them a month or two to reach their full length. And here's a fun fact. Your body churns out a massive liter of saliva every single day. But hold on to your hats. The tiniest bone in your body, the stapes, is hiding away inside your ear. And did you know you've got a third eyelid, or what's left of one? It's called the plica semilunaris, a little fleshy spot hanging out in the inner corner of your eye. It's a leftover from our ancient ancestors, kinda like a souvenir. Interestingly, many creatures on Earth still have a fully functional third eyelid that helps keep their peepers clean and safe between blinks. Now, if you stretched out all your blood vessels end to end, they'd wrap around the Earth 4 times. Brace yourself for this mind-blowing fact. Your heart can keep on beating even after it's taken out of your body. Thanks to its internal pacemaker, it can go solo, beating away independently from your brain as long as it's got a supply of oxygen. And here's a little nugget of wisdom. The left lung is smaller than the right because your heart needs some elbow room, you know? Speaking of teeth, the enamel of human teeth is as tough as that of shark teeth. The cornea, meanwhile, is the only part of your body that doesn't get its oxygen fix through your bloodstream. It gets its fix from the air itself. And here's a fun fact. At rest, women's hearts tend to beat a tad faster on average compared to men's. Oddly enough, teeth are the only body part that can't patch themselves up. Now, let's dive into muscles. The masseter, by weight, is the muscle powerhouse, flexing its muscles. When all the jaw muscles team up to shut your chompers, they can dish out a whopping 55 pounds of pressure on your incisors or a jaw-dropping 200 pounds on your molars. Oh, and did you know that onions produce a chemical irritant called syn-propanethyl S-oxide? It's the stuff that makes your eyes well up with tears. Believe it or not, around 90% of your body's cells, by volume, are actually bacteria. And guess what? The largest cell in the human body is the ovum. Talk about a big deal, right? But here's where it gets weird. A teratoma or a dermoid cyst can be a tumor made up of all sorts of tissues, including hair, muscle, and, get this, teeth. Yep, you heard me right. Teeth. For all the moms to be out there, here's a fun fact. Your brain shrinks a bit during pregnancy. But no worries. It's all part of the journey. The human brain houses a whopping 100 billion neurons and a boatload of glial cells. Now, stomach acid is one of the most acidic substances on the planet, boasting a pH of a mere 1. It's so strong that it can dissolve all sorts of metals. But here's a kicker. It can't break down plastic. So if you happen to swallow a piece, it's gonna exit the same way it entered. About 5 to 15% of the calories you burn during the day actually come from digesting the food you munch on. And here's a tidbit. Approximately 100 trillion microorganisms kick it in your GI tract, playing house and helping out with your digestive system. We call them the microbiota. They're like your body's little helpers. Now, those tiny cilia in your nose, those hair-like things, they keep on moving for up to 20 hours after you've kicked the bucket. Kinda creepy, right? And here's a cool nugget. Women have up to 50% more neurons in their noses compared to men, giving them a sharper sense of smell. Now, you're familiar with the classic 5 senses. Sight, taste, touch, sound, and smell. But did you know we've got more tricks up our sleeves? Proprioception, for instance, is your body's way of knowing where its parts are without having to lay eyes on them. Equilibrioception helps us keep our balance. Thermoception lets us gauge the temperature. Nociception helps us feel pain. And chronoception helps us keep track of time. But here's the kicker. In the animal kingdom, there are senses that our bodies just don't have. The largest muscle in your body, also known as your booty, is the gluteus maximus. Now, here's a fun one. Aquagenic urticaria, where hives pop up like mushrooms when your skin touches water, no matter the temp. Unfortunately, there's no magic cure, but there are ways to deal with it. Folks who break a sweat on the regular tend to perspire sooner and more frequently than their sedentary counterparts. Surprisingly, you can't actually see your taste buds. Those little bumps on your tongue are called lingual papillae, and there are 4 types. Circumvallate, fungiform, filiform, and foliate. They're all home to your taste buds, except for the filiform papillae, which give your tongue that sense of touch. Ever wondered why you get a brain freeze when you gobble up something cold? There are plenty of theories, but there's no one-size-fits-all answer. Pretty weird, huh? On the flip side, congenital insensitivity to pain, or CIP, is an ultra-rare condition where some folks don't experience physical pain. Might sound like a blessing, but it's more of a curse, as they can't tell when their bodies are in danger. Imagine touching a hot stove without feeling a thing. Our body's sense of balance is determined by 3 little canals in our ears, housing tiny hair cells. They do a little dance when liquid sloshes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Feeling dizzy yet? Oh, and here's a fun fact. Your tongue has its very own unique print, just like your fingertips. In the future, it might even be a way to unlock your phone, although it's a bit less fancy than using your fingerprint. Now, let's dive into some icky stuff. Demodex, tiny mites that camp out on your eyelashes, sometimes take the blame for your acne. Another quirky leftover from our ancestors is goosebumps, which make your hair stand on end. Doesn't do much for us humans nowadays, but back in the day when our ancestors were hairier, it helped keep them warm and made them look bigger to scare off potential predators. Surprisingly, your pinky finger and its muscle crew are responsible for a whopping 50% of your hand strength. Your liver, often overlooked, juggles over 500 different tasks, including making bile, giving your blood a scrub down, and detoxifying your system. So forget about juice cleansers. Just give your liver a shout out. And there you have it. 40 mind-blowing facts about our awesome bodies. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, please hit that subscribe button below. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you liked it and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Your support means the world to us. Until next time, take care.